Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to really take a closer look at what matters. And today we're cutting through some noise around a potential change, something that could affect how some of you, running small businesses handle your paperwork.
That's right. Specifically, we're diving into the Protect Small Businesses from Excessive Paperwork Act of 2025. You can think of it as a really targeted fix for one particular reporting requirement.
Okay. And where's this coming from?
So our source here is H.R.736. It's a bill that already passed the House, and now it's with the Senate Banking Committee.
Got it. So what's the main issue? What paperwork are we actually talking about here, and what's changing for people hustling with their own businesses?
Right. The focus is on what they call beneficial ownership information reports. Basically, these reports identify the actual people, the individuals who own or control a company. It's often about preventing, illicit financial stuff. Now, the original rule for companies formed before a certain date gave them a deadline of not later than 2 years after the effective date to file these reports. It was a little open-ended.
Yeah, that effective date thing always felt a bit squishy. Hard to pin down sometimes. So how does this H.R. 736 try to make it clearer for those established businesses?
Well, this act proposes a pretty specific change. It amends Title 31 of the U.S. Code, Section 5336B1B to be precise. And instead of that 2-year window for companies formed or registered before January 1st, 2024, the new text sets a really firm deadline,
Which is
not later than January 1st, 2026.
okay. That's something you can actually put on a calendar, a real date.
Yeah.
So if you started your small business before the beginning of last year, this is definitely something for you. It basically swaps out that potentially moving deadline for a fixed one, early 2026, assuming it becomes law, of course.
Exactly. It brings, much needed clarity for anyone already operating before these requirements really kicked in. It's, one less thing to guess about based on when some regulation officially started.
Right. And just to be crystal clear, this isn't aimed at businesses started this year, or ones planning to launch next year.
Nope. Precisely. The key phrase is reporting companies formed or registered before January 1st, 2024.
Okay. Before January 1, 2024. Got it.
Yeah, the focus is squarely on those existing businesses as of that specific date. And while this bill zeroes in on that deadline, the broader act itself probably has other things meant to, ease the paperwork load generally for small businesses.
Makes sense. So where is this bill right now in the whole process? You said it passed the House?
Yes. H.R. 736 cleared the House of Representatives back on February 10th, this year, 2025.
Okay.
And then the very next day, February 11th, it went over to the Senate, had its initial readings, and then got referred to the Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs.
Okay, so it's sitting with that Senate committee right now. They're looking it over. All right, let's pull this all together then. What's the main thing, the key takeaway we should all remember from this?
I'd say the crucial piece is this. The Protect Small Businesses from Excessive Paperwork Act of 2025 might change the filing deadline, specifically for those beneficial ownership reports, and specifically for businesses formed before Jan 1, 2024. The proposed new deadline is January 1, 2026, but it still needs that Senate approval.
Right. So if you were in business before the start of 2024, definitely keep an ear out for updates on H.R. 736. It's about getting that clear, fixed deadline for those ownership reports. Now, thinking bigger as you're managing your own business, maybe consider this. What other regulatory updates are out there? Things that, if you knew about them early, could save you some real time, maybe some headaches down the line. It's all about working smarter. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today.